Hello everybody, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life, and I thought I would do a face-to-face video. I haven't done one of these. I'm going to skip back just a little. I have not done one of these in forever, actually probably from 2020's face-to-face, like opening January thing. So I thought I would go ahead and do one, tell you what my goals are. You can see the mess I have going on. The reason for that is my 2-year-old, almost 2, he's not 2 yet. He is just like his older brother was and gets into absolutely everything. So things have to be up as high as possible, and I can't organize things because he just touches them. So things start getting stacked up, and that is what that is just a huge stack of stuff to keep out of my little guy's hands, basically. So that's one really big goal for 2021, and within the first part of 2021 for me is to find a system that I can make work where I can scrap and my son isn't getting into things, but it's still feasible. So what I think is going to happen is my bedroom, I'm really lucky that I even have a space because we downsized when we moved and I wasn't even sure. So I've got one space. There's a table in my bedroom that I have my cut file machine, my sewing machine, and I think that's it right now. I leave my laptop up there too. So places where I can lock that door, no one can get in there. And I really think I'm gonna have to utilize that table. It was my old table that I have, so it's quite large and there's space underneath it. It's for standing room. And I think I'm really just gonna have to utilize that and go ahead and move some stuff. And I'm just gonna have to take things as I have them, bring them to my scrap area to record, and it's just going to be a back and forth between 2 rooms. It's going to suck, but until he's old enough to understand, there's not much I can do about it. Whereas like my 4-year-old, well, she'll be 4 in March, I can explain to Nora, hey hun, don't touch that, you know, it's mommy stuff, and she'll still want to, but at least I can explain to her not to and she'll listen. You can't do that to a toddler. They don't listen. So that's my first goal. I'm trying to see, oh, here it is. I have a new, I'm gonna have a sip of coffee too. I get one of these every year. I always have big plans to use them, and sometimes I use them and sometimes I don't. So this is my planner for the year. And it's really fun and playful, and I thought that maybe it being so fun, it would work well. So I've got, it kind of gives you stuff for like, you know, your life goals and stuff like that. I don't really care about that. I really use my planner for how I document things. But it has this nice little thing where it says a to-do list. And I'm actually going to use that to write down all the layouts I do within that month. So I've got it documented, and then I can just quickly count. And there's enough check marks there. There's no way I will ever get that much done in a month. Even when I do my series, my 30 Days of Sketches series, I don't ever do all of them in 1 month. I try to do some above hand so I can do it there. But if there's not enough, I could probably move over and do some here. But that's it. And then it's got a calendar so I can kind of write down where everything is. And then it's just like a basic calendar, right? And then it goes in and you can do whatever, and I can make my notes and plan. So I've got my planner. I'm excited to have one. I like to have it on hand just so I can at least write down what's happening so I can plan a little bit. I'm also in the middle of attempting to do, I'm calling it my great photo organization of 2021. But basically I have been scrapbooking. I mean, I've been scrapbooking for a very long time. I started back when I was in school, but I really document my family. Like, that's what I scrapbook about. That's my past, like before my family. It's documented here and there, like my life before that, but mostly I care about from 2013 when Sean and I met to now. And that's what I've documented. And so because of that, I've scrapbooked in a certain way since that whole time, where I just document it all. I tried Project Life. I love the idea of it. I like to create some spreads, but I can't do a whole year of Project Life. I've never accomplished that. But I'm trying to make 2021 a little bit more streamlined because, for example, I was doing okay. So 2013, 2014, they were okay. 2013 was pretty small because it was really, I just gotten back into scrapbooking, and it was really just Sean and I and my pregnancy, so there wasn't a whole lot to really document, if that makes sense. And then Jackson came in 2014, and there was, and I've documented tons of him, but it's still, I was able to keep it between 2 albums, I believe. The same with 2015, I think I kept it to 2. 2016, I can't remember, but anyways, you hit 2017 when Nora was born, and it went to 3. 2018 or 3 or 4, like it just jumped to 3 or 4, and I think last year, 2019 or 2018, one of them, anyways, there were like 5 albums for 1 year. And please, 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 to each their own. You scrapbook what works for you, you organize how it works for you. That's the beauty of this hobby. Everyone does what works for them. It's too much for me. It's way too much. So I need to streamline a little bit and not document every single story, or find a way to put it in like a childish notebook or something. And so I have a plan for that, and I'll talk about that in a minute, but that's going to be starting for 2021. So from 2020 to 2013, I need to figure out what I haven't scrapbooked, what I want to get in there, if there's anything that I can streamline. In other words, like maybe a layout that wasn't my favorite, maybe the topic wasn't that important, and I can downsize it into a traveler's notebook. I know that makes a few people cringe, but that's what I like to do. So I have this, it just came in one of the things I got, and I wrote down the year. So like this one says 2013. There's nothing on it yet because I haven't gone through that. I'm going backwards. So for example, here's 2020, and I started in January. I finished January's, thankfully, and I wrote down, like, I have to document New Year's Eve. January is a crazy busy month for my family. We have 2 birthdays, New Year's Eve, and it's just, you know, you document your goals and everything. So it's a busy month for me, January is. And I can almost fill a whole album between January and March, because I have everyone in my family minus me has a birthday in between that. We have Valentine's Day, Sean and I, our anniversary, and both of his parents have birthdays. It's just a very busy time. So I've written down, like, it says New Year's Eve, and then the fact that I've already done the layout, so I don't have to worry about it. Those photos can get uploaded into the cloud or wherever they go to be saved forever. I can get it off my phone. And then I did other things. Like, I have a photo of Jackson and I used to go into his kindergarten classroom and read in the morning for 15 minutes on certain days. It was a really, really fun thing that we did before there was COVID. And it's really important, and I want to get it into a school album, but it doesn't need a whole layout. So I've created a Project Life type spread. You can see that there. And I wrote the fact that one of them is going to be the title. So it'll be kindergarten. And then, like, I've got the one there with the fact that it says I'm reading in class. So I know where the photo is going to go in the pocket. And when I get them all printed, they can just go in and I can be done with that. Now, this is a little bit tricky because obviously school starts in September here. So I will have to do a little bit of thinking about it, but at least I've got a start and I can go from there. And then it just keeps going. I'm going to do the same thing with Barrett, the poor little boy, 3rd child, you know, last child, seems to not get documented as much as your other 2. I take lots of really cute photos of him, but I'm not going to do like I did with my other 2 where I documented all of them in 12 by 12 layouts. I'm going to do some Project Life spreads. So that's what that is. Again, same thing. So I've got that done. And then, so I'm ahead of myself and I'm ready to go for 2021. I have already started it. So let me talk about what my plan is here. First of all, before I get into that, my goal is to go backdate 3 months every couple weeks. So 3 months a week, I think is my goal. So I've done January, and I hope to do, and I'm counting this week, like take these couple days and start next week. That will be week 1. So I need to do, January's done. I need to do February and March of 2020 by Friday of next week. That's pretty much my goal. And then I'll backdate it and be done, and then I'll have a ton of photos and I can figure out what I want to do with them. But at least they'll all be printed and I'll be ready to go, and then everything from there, I can get it, like I said, uploaded to my back system, so they're saved and they're in a safe place. If I ever want to pull them back, I can have them, but I can get them off my phone because I had like 10,000 photos on my phone, and that's a lot, and I don't need that many, so I need to get rid of them. So that's my plan. Okay, are you caught up now? Let's take another sip of coffee. It's cold now. So for 2021, like I said, I want to streamline it a little bit. It's just a little too much for me. So I'm still scrapbooking. I'm still going to do layouts, and I'm not like saying I can only do so many layouts a month of something like that. That's not the point. But my point is things like New Year's Eve just happened, right? I took a family photo. I took a photo with it saying 2021 on my kids' heads, 3 of those because I have 3 children. And I took a couple of them together. Now, normally that would mean 3 separate layouts. I don't need 3 layouts. Plus I have to do my goals layout, which is me. So that's 4 layouts about one day. It's a lot. So the plan is it says New Year's Eve layout, family photo, 4x4 times 2. So I took some really cute photos of my kids together, and I'm going to do the layout of that, and that is going to be our New Year's Eve photo for this year. I do one every single year. That never changed. I forgot to get a photo of Sean and I. We didn't even make it to midnight. So it was, you know, and I'm going to talk about that in the journaling, but I got that for the one layout I'm going to do. The other photos, I've got the ones of my kids with the thing on their head is going to go into, I'm going to do Project Life by the month. So it's going to be like, and that's going to be those type of photos, those kind of funny ones that are super cute and you want them in your albums and stuff, but they're not like, they don't have to be a full layout of them. That's going to go into a Project Life. Now I have no, like each month has to have 2 sides, like a front and a back, or a front, like 2. That plan isn't there. I don't care about that. It's just getting it documented and in my book. So when I print them and get them ordered, I can have it all nice and organized, and then I can decorate accordingly and put in the fun little elements that I like to do. I can do that once I have enough to do a spread. So that's my plan, and that is how it's going to look. So it will condense the amount of layouts I need to do and put a little bit more into Project Life, which I like. I love Project Life. I just can't seem to do it as on its own thing every month, every week, documenting. It's just not me. But I feel like if I can do just a month recap with all the cute extra little photos and get them in there, that will work. And then I plan on doing the same type of thing, because a lot of things are family oriented, and then there's some things where I just take cute photos of my kids that are by themselves and kind of document them. And so I did the same thing. I drew out some Project Life templates. I've got a Jackson, a Nora, and a Barrett. And my plan is to find one cute photo of them a month, use that one in there, and so they'll have a year worth of photos of them being cute from every single month. And if I take more than 2, then I will pick my favorite, and the other one will be able to be looked at, or I'll use it in a childhood notebook spread or something like that. But at least I've got them, and again, it's getting it off my phone, which is a really big deal. So that's my plan, is to condense a little bit. I'm hoping it's gonna work. I will keep you posted on how it goes. Now that I'm really lucky, my I don't print from home. That's not something I do. The idea of that just gives me a headache. I know it's probably a lot easier for people and people love it, but I find that if I just figure out what I want to do, get it uploaded to my London Drugs, it's a 5-minute drive from here. It's in a little, it's called High Street Mall, and it's like this little 2-story kind of strip mall type thing. It's really cute, but anyways, it's above the Walmart, and I've got 3 children. I go to Walmart a lot, so it's a really easy thing for me to do. It's not out of the way to go do it, and so I can pick them up weekly or every other week or whatever I need to do to get my photos. So that's how I deal with photos, and that's just fine. Okay, I think we're there. I'm at 14 minutes. I'm not doing too bad. Layout wise, what's happening? What's my plans for 2021? I am going to, you're still gonna see me. I don't even know if you'll notice it, but I think I might take a little step back. My kids are getting a little bit older. They need a little bit more attention from me, and I need to focus in a little bit more on being mom versus scrapbooking all the time, which I love doing, and I find a way to do it, and I'm lucky because Sean lets me do it. but I need to be a little bit more mom. It's the pandemic's not over, but the way of life it's pretty much set. The only thing that will be changing is once the border from Canada to the States opens back up, my mom can hopefully finally come back up and watch my little guy 1 day a week. So I'll go back to work 1 more day a week. I currently just work Saturdays and then I have all week off. So I'm basically a stay-at-home mom now. And that was a hard pill to swallow, not because I don't want to do that, but I'm not good. I'm not good at being a stay-at-home mom. If you could see the state of my house, I don't do well having all this time on my hands, if that makes sense. I do better when I have to be somewhere and be there for 8 hours and come home, and and then I would clean, and then I would go to bed, do whatever, and then I'd wake up, and I had a good routine, and my house seemed to stay a lot cleaner when I had that routine. I don't have a routine anymore, so I need to force myself to find something. But along the same time, I also need to be able to enrich my children. So Barrett and Nora are no longer in daycare. Nora, thankfully, I got her into 2 days in the afternoon for about 3 hours a day. She's doing a part-time preschool thing starting the next week. So I'm very excited for that because she's so been missing her friends. So it'll be a whole different set of friends. And the really, really nice thing about this is that this preschool is in my son's elementary school. So, and their classrooms just happen to be right next door to each other, which is also a great bonus. So she's gonna get a little bit more academics that way because I'm not a teacher. I'm not good at that stuff. And now I feel that I can see a little bit that he's not behind. I mean, he's 2, he's not behind. But I could spend a little bit more time with him on doing things like that. So my goal is those 3 hours when Nora's at preschool twice a week, I'm going to spend time with Barrett and we're going to do our nursery rhymes and our counting and our colors. And I'm going to do what I do with my other 2 that they were getting help from daycare. So they were kind of egging Sean and I on to do it, and I'm going to have to do it myself. So that is the plan. So anyways, a lot more, more family time, spending time with Jackson's got homework that we need to start working on, and his reading, because of COVID, kindergarten got shut off and they were just starting to do sight words and all this stuff that they didn't do. I'm not a teacher. I didn't do any of that with him. So he went into grade 1, as did everyone else in his classroom. And the teacher's like, she had to start back as and get them up to where they needed to be. And then of course, because he's autistic, his learning style is a little bit different than others. And so we just have to work a little bit more on that. And I'm struggling with forcing him to do that. So I need to find a routine that works with him so he's not frustrated because he gets home from school and he doesn't want to do it, as I'm sure most kids are. And so I need to find a way to do a little bit in the morning and then a little bit right after he gets home and then a little bit after dinner. So it's spread out in chunks. And again, that takes more time because I had a routine with my scrapping where that was kind of my schedule. So I had to take my schedule for scrapping and put it into Jackson's schedule for reading. Okay, anyways, that's long story short, sorry. I'm going to kind of take had started a whole bunch of new series that I was so excited about and I really wanted to get them done, and I still want to do them. They're gonna be really sporadic, and they're just gonna be process videos you're gonna see get up there. That being said, I'm still doing Everyday Inspiration because I love that series. It's so much fun. That's the 15th of the month. You're gonna see that from me along with Off the Board. I do that series every month, and Christmas in whatever month it is, so the 25th of the month. Those are the 3 series that will happen every single month no matter what. I'm still on Confessions of a Paper Addict design team, and I'm still on Spiegel and Scraps design team. So that is a 3 layout commitment each one. And so right there, you've got 6, 7, 8, 9 layouts for me a month will be coming, which is pretty good, right? But you may not get everything else. Now that being said, 30 days of sketches, got it set. I've done a set schedule for it. I looked at when everyone else had stuff going on and tried to figure out which would be best without interfering with other people. So for example, Sandy does Follow a Sketch February, where she does basically the same type of thing. It's just her series, but she does that in February. So I definitely didn't want to do in there and compete with her, because I want you guys to get inspiration from everyone and be able to do all of it. So I didn't want to do it in February. Crystal does May I Scrap Lift You in May, and she does July's. We do a whole month of Off the Board. So I had to keep those months free, because again, I want to play with those series too, right? September is Scraptember, and I mean, Scrappy Sisters does something, and I think Miranda does something. So anyways, there's so much going on. So I've decided that 30 Days of Sketches every month this is how it's going to be from now on, is March, June, and October. Those are the set months. I'm not changing them. If something else gets added from someone else, then you get to play with both, but those are going to be my set months for that series. I tried really, really hard to not interfere with it. Like I said, interfere with anyone else's series. That was really important to me, because I'm not about competing, if that makes sense. I want it just to be inspiration and have fun and all of that. And so that's why I've chosen those months. And there's the Facebook group is there. It's kicking. If you are wanting to do more information about that, or if you're wanting to do videos for them, just head on over to the Facebook group. There's a link to the private Facebook group and all of that. So that will still be happening. And yeah, I'm gonna work with cut files a little bit more, and just play. I need to really catch up on all of the Palooza classes. So Christina from Redefine Creative does Stash Bash Palooza, and then just Layout Palooza, where she sends us this massive kit. It's so awesome. And we create layouts with the stuff that she's done, and we all get the same product, and then we follow it however we want to or not at all. Then the layouts all turn out different, and it's so much fun. So I've done all of them except for the very first one. I missed the very first one, which makes me so sad, but that's okay. And I've done a few layouts here and there and everything, but I have so many to do. So many to do. And I think there's been 2 Paloozas and 3 Stash Bash ones. So I have five Paloozas I need to do. So that is really a big goal, is to get, for the whole year, is to get caught up and get some of those done, because they're gorgeous layouts, and I love that class. And I don't take a lot of classes, so it's a really fun one that I really want to do. And I also would love to be a little bit more active, not actually filming of the layouts, but playing along with some like the Scrap Party from Secret Not Secret Kit Club and just stuff like that. I miss so much of it because I can't, and I feel like I should record it, and then I just don't do it. So I'm going to take away I have to record what I'm doing and just create a few layouts this year, which is exciting. My goal is actually to do about, I think 25 maybe. About 25 layouts where it hasn't been recorded. So we'll see how that goes. And you guys, I think that's it. I think I've got everything. It's been, last year was crazy. I know it was hard for all of us. Everyone went through it a little bit differently. I have to say that I'm so lucky and blessed, and my family, we got through it, and yes, it was challenging, but we are all okay. And oh man, was that a hard year. So 2021, guys, fresh start. I know we're still in the middle of what's happening, but you guys, you can see the light. It's coming, and just keep going for that light. All right, thanks so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. And oh, I totally forgot. One more thing I'm doing in January. I forgot this part. So I'm doing how to kill a kit with style. I grabbed that's filmed. The video should be up yesterday. I think I'm gonna post this Saturday, so the video should be up yesterday. But you guys, Shannon, so she's crafty. If for any reason you've been sleeping under a rock or something, she started this super cool series about using 6x6 paper pads, and so you're gonna do 2 layouts from 1 paper pad, not using the whole paper pad, but using a bit of it. And she's posting a video with a sketch link to it every single Sunday for 10 weeks. So I'm so excited about that, and I will be playing along with that for sure. And that starts on the 3rd. So I'm very excited about that, and I will be playing along with that as well. And Freeze Friday is gone. We're not doing Freeze Friday anymore, but come next Friday, there's going to be a new one where it's, I think it's called Fun Friday Finds, and it's just kind of the same thing. It's a weekly recap of what's happening, but we're no longer on a spending freeze. I think that was fun, and we did our thing with it. And now it's more just, I'm still planning on working a lot with my stash. I got more than I need. But I'm not, there's no, you can buy if you want to. It's whatever you want. This is more just for fun and working with challenges and stuff like that. So like I said, that will start next Friday, the whatever that is. All right, that is everything, you guys. Thanks so much. I'm sorry this is a longer video, but you got to see my face and my COVID acne that I got going on. I'll see y'all soon. Bye.